Hey guys, welcome back to Diecast Reviews. So I'm a review on Kathy Copter, who's of course a news reporter helicopter that appeared at the end of Cars 1 in the Radiator Springs scene where they found McQueen. She was actually the first helicopter who came in and kind of put a spotlight on McQueen and announced to everyone that they had found him. I believe she had a couple speaking lines where I think we found McQueen, there he is. So kind of relevant character in that regard, kind of a more major character, I guess. She had speaking lines and of course, was the person who was the helicopter that discovered McQueen. So, pretty cool. This is, of course, a 2008 release from China. 2006, they had the desert card art. 2007, they had kind of the night card art. They had this one in 2008, and then 2009 was kind of like the racing card art theme, and then 2010 it was the final lap collection, and of course 2011 and so on, moved on. But yeah, this is the 2008 release from China. I believe this was her first release. It says that she's number 31 right there. I don't think the numbers actually had any relevance. You can see the back here, they just have numbers all over the place. You have 07 there, and then you've got, 66 right there, 02 right there. So I don't think the numbers actually had any relevance. I don't think they were released in any numerical order. Like, I don't think 07 was the first one released, and then, 66 or whatever was kind of the last one released. I think they were just kind of split out. But like I said, I don't think the numbers have any relevance. They're just kind of there. Of course, you can kind of check them off if you've picked all these up. But some cool releases here on the back here for 2008. Petro Pulaski, Luke Pedalwork. Yeah, these were pretty good days to collect. Yeah, fan there. But yeah, pretty nice releases there. Yeah, you can collect cars character by the number, new models and old favorites, made in China, of course. And there's the kind of bottom as well. But that's enough rambling of this old package. Let's get Kathy Copter here out of the package. So here is Kathy Copter out of the package, and she looks really nice. Let's get right into the review. Starting off first, of course, taking a look at the front, you've got the eyes. They kind of look sad. Like, the eyes look like they're kind of sad, pleading eyes. When you take a look down here, and you've got the smile right there. So when you put it together, well, she's pretty happy. So I guess that's all okay there. I was taking a look at her cap as well. She's got the RSN logo right there, so of course you can tell she's employed by Racing Sports Network. She's got kind of, I'm assuming these are, I don't know what these are, I guess kind of like headphones, I guess is what they are. And then she's got a little mouthpiece going down right here where she can talk, and presumably that's where she kind of said that they found McQueen and all that. And she's got these two kind of ball-bearing things on the side. I'm not really sure what these are. Perhaps more microphone stuff, perhaps lights, I don't know. But then of course you can tell down here is the main spotlight she has that kind of shines on the whatever she's trying to light up. Of course, that's the spotlight that she put on McQueen when she found him over in Radiator Springs. So that's kind of all the technical, I guess, pieces of her that she's got. But yeah, I mean, you can tell in the card art here, not really sure what these little things down here are. See, that's the spotlight down there. But yeah, not sure what these other things are. But yeah, of course, looks pretty nice right there. Moving on to the side here, of course, got a big RSN Racing Sports Network logo right on the side. So of course you can tell again that she's employed by it. Nice bright red color as well. So you can always see her coming in the sky, I guess. Moving on to the back, of course you got the propeller which spins. Pretty cool, of course. You got the kind of tail wing back here, and then moving on, of course, to the back. Nothing to write home about there. And then of course she's got a little mini propeller right here, which is pretty cool. But yeah, nice. I always like the moving propellers and all that. And then taking a look here, you've got kind of the jet skis or whatever. I'm not really sure what they're called, but of course you've got helicopters that have kind of skis like this, and then I'll show a different helicopter in a second. But yeah, I'm not really sure what the term is, but these are plastic. The rest of her is metal. This is plastic. And yeah, so presumably she can't, when she's on the ground, she can't really move around. I guess she's gotta fly, or she can't drive around. But I think we've kind of seen this in the planes movies, where these kind of types of helicopters kind of have to just hop around to get around. But yeah, I mean, there's not much really to cover here. It's kind of a small release and not a lot of things to go over. But I will compare her now to a different type of helicopter that we've seen in the Cars universe. Of course, we've got the Rescue Tall Tale, or Mater's Tall Tales, Mater's Rescue Squad helicopter. Of course, he's much bigger than Kathy Copter. I'm just comparing the two there. Nice big size difference. Of course, he's got this huge propeller thing on top. Rotor, I think, is the right word for it, right? Of course, he's got wheels as well, so he can move around. Nice 5-spoke tail rotor there, but these are kind of two different types of helicopters. We've got other helicopters as well. I believe the Danico helicopter, of course, more similar to this model. Then you've got the helicopters you had in the Planes movies that were released, like the Mexican Air Force one and the U.S. Air Force. Well, they have names. I forget what they are, but you get the point. Well, one of them is, I think, the Navy, and the other, whatever. You know what I'm saying. Those helicopters are also slightly different models than this one. So we've got a wide array of helicopters, but yeah, this seems to be the most quote-unquote basic version of the helicopter. No wheels. Just, I guess, kind of one rotor here. Yeah, one rotor there as well. But Kathy Copter, of course, kind of a relevant character, like I said, in the movie. Had speaking lines, found McQueen, all that. And, of course, she is getting a return. She's in the Race and Rescue lineup. Kind of a weird one to see back. But, like I said, I guess kind of a relevant addition in the first movie, so we'll see how it works. Apparently, like I said, I've said before, Race and Rescue is going to have a book coming out. We'll see if Kathy Copter's actually in the book. If she's, I don't know. The books are oftentimes a lot different and a lot more, straight away from the movie and all that than the shorts or TV episodes or stuff like that are. So if Race and Rescue was a short, it'd be one thing, but it's a book, so a bit of a different thing. But I'm rambling here. Like I said, there's not much to go over. I will say, taking a look at the package though, these old packages are pretty cool. I mean, this is kind of a cool thing. Not the nameplates we get nowadays, but this get a lot of kind of these little things for a display, and it's cool to display her like that, or any other car you got. It's kind of cool to display them on these little pieces of cardboard. The older packages are actually much cooler than the packages we get nowadays. We don't even get that stuff nowadays. You don't even get a name tag nowadays. We just get it's on the card itself. But yeah, not much more to say. Kind of rambling here on, but yeah, not much more to say about Kathy Copter. A nice release. See, kind of a needed release considering her importance in the movie. But also a weird one to see back for Race and Rescue. But we'll get to that review when she's out. But yeah, other than that, I have not much else to say. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hit that like button, subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye.